Ferro, el Porsche, la C3 o el Rolls Royce. El bote parqueado en San Croix, viviendo la vida como si se va a acabar hoy. Yo, tranquilo en la mía es que estoy. El Richard Zafiro, Dios me los bendiga, mis hijos no nacerá otro como Floyd. Las baby le llegan, los míos al día no le falta nada. Las guaguas son negras, están todas blindadas. Tú ronca allá afuera, aquí tú no eres nada. Porque mi tiempo me vale dinero, no te asustes si te enseño todos los ceros. La vida me bendijo porque me mero, soy mi jefe, so hago lo que yo quiero. Aquí arriba no llegan, tú sabes que aquí es real. Me vengo a afrontar, preguntarle al banquero, son 3 melones semanal. No existe quien me...
Got baseball from the home of the 2015 World Champs, Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. This evening, we've got a matchup from the AL Central Division between the Minnesota Twins and the Kansas City Royals. Brady Singer, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, Matt, you hate to go into game thinking that you're going to have to get the bullpen involved, but you may have to with this guy on the mound. He's not known for going very deep into games. Very rarely does he go 6 innings or more, so this very well could be one of those Johnny Holstaff days.
And now here is Josh Donaldson. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Donaldson.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
First pitch, 7-10.
Swing and a miss as he pulls the top hand over. It's 0-2.
If he's able to dot that sinker down and away and execute that pitch all day, you're going to see a lot of weak contact, and the infield defense is going to be on its toes.
The next 0-2 is taken. That's ball 1. Good night for baseball. 69 degrees here at first pitch. A little too much bite on the breaking ball that time as it's well off the outside. And this is swung on and missed on a great pitch that time, and the leadoff man is down on strikes to get this one started.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. Textbook sinker.
And that'll bring up the big stick of Nelson Cruz. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1. He'll start this one at 274. 10 home runs and 25 driven in. Counts even at 1-1 to Nelson Cruz.
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And that misses. 2-1. A swing and a miss there. 2-2.
Hey, that's a good sinker right there. That's his bread and butter pitch, and if he's got that going, especially early, it's going to be tough to get some runs off him.
So he chased out of the strike zone on that one. Nelson Cruz goes down for out number 2 in the top half.
Hamilton, Simmons.
So now to the plate will be Andrelton Simmons, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
Man, I really don't know how you swing at that. He must have had his mind up he was going to swing as soon as the ball came out of the pitcher's hand.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. A ball and 2 strikes to the Twins shortstop. Just underway here in Kansas City. Struck him out, so he makes quick work of him here. 3 straight strikeouts, and the side is retired. Twins are set down 1-2-3. Twins nothing. Royals coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on this show. José Berríos, the right-hander out of Puerto Rico, will be the starter. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez, and you can see his home road splits there. He has not fared very well in front of the home crowd, oddly enough. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. This one's down to third. Donaldson's up with it. Throw to first is in time for the first out. And with that, here's a look at the hometown Royals starting lineup card. Mark, what do you have on this group in front of the home crowd tonight?
Matty, this lineup is built on one thing. Their best tool is the fact that they have amazing speed up and down the lineup. I don't even think the third base coach gives a steal sign. I think a lot of these guys have the green light. So be on the lookout for that today.
Adalberto Mondesi comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
They teach pitchers to keep the ball down, but if you can locate upstairs like that, it really gives you the ability to mess with the eye level of the batter.
Now a drive out to left center field. Around second now and headed for third. And he is in there at third with a 1-out triple. The speed they always talk about with this guy was on full display there.
Yeah, when you've got elite speed like this guy does, man, you don't need any help from the fielders to give you more time. He's thinking extra bases as soon as the ball gets to the outfield, and that time he wanted 3.
So now Carlos Santana, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 10 home runs and 34 driven in. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there.
Hey, he finds himself down 0-2 with the quickness. I know he's a great 2-strike hitter, but this at bat, he's going to have to find a way to nickel and dime and get this thing back to even.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Low with a fastball that time. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
All right, no more hoping he's going to chase. It's 2-2 now. You've got to come up with the best pitch right here because this is definitely a strikeout situation.
Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
Well, their chances of pushing across a run took a pretty good hit after that strikeout. It's so much tougher to score a guy from third with 2 outs instead of 1. Basically, you need a hit or you need to get lucky with a wild pitch or a pass ball.
Whit Merrifield next to hit. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. The 1-0. Now a swinging bunt.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
2-1. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside.
This is a spot you like to be in as a good hitter. Runners in scoring position and count leverage in your favor.
And the count will be full. Ready with the payoff pitch. Fastball too high, ball 4.
I know one thing, he earned that free pass right there. He was tempted with some really good pitches, but he stayed disciplined and drew the walk.
So now here is Michael Taylor looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch.
Count, runners at the corners. You can bet he's looking for something to drive right here. There's a good chance he gets something to hit too.
Throw over to the bag, and he's back in standing. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Outside, 3-0 now.
He's just thrashing out there right now. I don't think he knows where anything is going.
Here's the 3-0.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
The 3-1 pitch.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
The payoff pitch. And he misses again, ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Some guys take a little time to find the zone, but with the second walk of the first inning, it might be a little more than just settling in here. Not sure how long of a leash they'll give him, but they're not going to let him walk the world out there.
And digging into the batter's box will be Hanser Alberto. Certainly a big moment in this game. Bases loaded, tie score. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
Now a breaking ball, but it's low. Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. Racing back the center fielder to the track. Gone! It's a grand slam. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one. His first home run of the season. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Man, you could see the center fielder tracking the ball the entire way. He thought he had it, and he might tell you he should have had it, but he just couldn't bring it back into the yard. Sometimes it's a game of inches, folks.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1.
As a manager, when you see a guy struggling like this in the first inning, your mind starts racing, trying to figure out about how long you're going to go with this guy and how many guys you might end up having to use out of your bullpen just to get through this thing. Not a good spot to be in.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Lifted the other way down the left field line. 4 runs here in this half inning. Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And the throw to first ends the inning. But the damage done for the Royals, and it came right here on the grand slam home run. We'll head to the top of the 2nd. It's now 4-0 KC.
I'm out of chase, money in case, clean up base. Got a call for it if you got it. Going live, good it'll show. Bigger the pay. 2 scene ain't enough. 4-tie team.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Miguel Sano. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line.
They've gotten a gut punch to start this game. There's no doubt about this, but that's when you have to turn the scoreboards off. Everybody do their job 1 at-bat at a time.
As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
As an offense right here, 4-0, you can't let that get away from you. You're a grand slam from tying this one up. Everyone take a deep breath and just start getting some guys on base.
The windup and the 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. Time to take a look at the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Mike Fillmore.
Hey, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, one of the most consistent umpires throughout the league. Both pitchers and position players love this guy.
Yeah, I think one of the best in the business. How I judge a good teammate is every day he opens that door. Is he consistent? Can I count on him? Mike Fillmore's the exact same way behind the dish.
Made a miss on the off-speed pitch that time. Miguel Sano becomes the first out of the inning. Standing in now, Jorge Polanco. As he'll watch a sinker here that misses, it's ball 1. And we'll see if he can at least put the ball in play, something the first 4 men have been unable to do. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball, well hit. So they're going back at the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. That was a tough play, so let's take another look at it with Show Track. Seemed to get a solid read off the bat, took a good angle at it, and he covered over 100 feet to make the grab. And I'm sure he'll be getting some high fives for that one. So now to the plate, Kyle Garlick, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 4 home runs, 9 driven in. Now the 1-0.
If you've been paying attention, the guy on the mound does not want to come inside. If I'm at the plate, I'm leaning out over.
Now the 2-0 home is taken, strike 1. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Don't expect too many more high fastballs in this one. He is known for his sinker, keeping the ball on the ground.
Oh, and this kicks right off of him. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Down go the Twins in order. They trail here 4-0. In is Jorge Soler.
Leading up for the blow, the right fielder, Jorge Soler.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. A shot to second base and handled for the first out.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter, Hunter Dozier.
And that brings in Hunter Dozier. Now here's the pitch.
Nope, that's a ball.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. One out, nobody on. Swing and a little tapper. Two and two to Hunter Dozier.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Swing and a miss. Got him with the slurve there. Two gone.
He's looking a lot sharper and has settled in here in the second inning. It'd be hard not to because that first inning was pretty much a mess. But I give him credit for letting it go and making some really good adjustments.
And up steps Salvador Perez as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now the 1-0. Hit high and deep to right center. Center fielder on the run. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. KC down in order, but they're in front 4-0. Now to the plate, Ryan Jeffers. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Here's the pitch. As the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
The 1-1.
Yeah, Matty, you see the same pitch 3 times in a row and you find yourself down 1-2 in the count. Your head starts to get on a swivel here. Is he coming back with it 4 times, or do I have to sit on something else?
Here now the 2-2. Fouled off. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome, you go back to the dugout as the offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Batting 8.
Up next for Minnesota, Alex Kirilloff. First pitch on its way. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1.
Well, that backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's a very effective pitch. If you can hit the outside corner of that pitch, it's unhittable.
Perez moving to his left, and that's the second out of the inning.
Batting 9.
That'll bring in Williams Astudillo.
Williams Astudillo.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Oh, and this one is hit a ton out to center. Racing back the center fielder. Taylor retreats to the track, and he'll put this one away. So a sigh of relief as the side is retired. Twins are set down 1-2-3. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Bottom of the third now, and striding toward the plate next will be Adalberto Mondesi.
Number 27.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. And it's belted high and deep into right center. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Had to go a long way to make that running catch, and here it is again with the show track data. Took a great angle at it, showed nice closing speed, and ended up running close to 120 feet to bring it in. No doubt that grab saved extra bases. Here's Carlos Santana now, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. Struck out in his first at-bat. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. There's a good breaking ball as it gets the bottom of the zone. Two and one to the Royals' first baseman. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
The 3-1.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And it's fouled away. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
With Merrifield next to bat. He reached on a walk in his last time up and later came around to score. First offering, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Hey, the way this guy on the mound's been struggling to find the zone, I'm not mad at the guy taking a pitch.
Comes set with the 0-1. There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. So a 2-run shot to left center. Home run number 5 on the year. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Well, he's given up 2 long balls in just 2 1/3 innings of work. So it seems as though they might have his number here. Not sure how much more the manager wants to see. He needs to turn it around quick if he wants to stay in this one for a while.
Here's the Minnesota skipper making his way out to the mound. And he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So a less than stellar performance here tonight as he makes the early exit and forces that bullpen into action much earlier than anticipated. Jorge Alcala is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the third inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. At the plate now, Michael Taylor.
Number 2.
As a good changeup will get him to commit too early, and it's strike one. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And he's way off balance with the swing there. Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Classic strikeout pitch right there on 0-2. It's the one we know he loves going to, but great recognition to lay off in that spot.
Still only 1 out in the inning. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
To the plate now, Hanser Alberto. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Ready with the 1-0 pitch.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
And he fouls this one off. Can't find the zone there, and it's 3-1. Andrew Benintendi would be next. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Drives it out to deep right center field. And Cruz will put this one away to retire the side. The Royals come up with a pair, however, on this 2-run home run. We played 3 full. It's the Royals 6 and the Twins nothing. Here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. And D-Row down 6 already in the early part of this ball game. What's the mentality for them as they try to work their way back?
You know what, Matty? This is where you take some prideful ABs. I've been down 6 before, and I've come back from even further down than that in some big ball games. You have to find a way to just relax and start piecing some good ABs back to back.
First pitch of the AB now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Now a shot out toward the alley in right center. On to second goes Donaldson. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
When you drive the ball into the gap like that, nothing but good things can happen. Neither one of the outfielders had the wheels to catch up to it, and he glides easily into second for a double. Now we'll see if the guys behind him can get him in.
Here's Nelson Cruz now. Yes, he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ball one as he lays off below the zone. Hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. But this is taken in on the warning track as the runner will tag from second. And he is in there. Next up, Andrelton Simmons looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. From the stretch, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one. And he falls behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Hard liner, but picked up on a hop. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
That grounder was hard hit, and sometimes the runner at third will have to hold on a ball like that, but he was off on contact, and they opted to take the out at first instead.
Here's Miguel Sano. He'll try and start things over now with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground ball. And he takes ball one. 1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors in the ball game for Minnesota. A ball and a strike.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
1-2 as he chases the slider.
Swing and a miss on a nasty slider right there. Always felt toughest pitch in the game. If you're
looking at a fastball to end the inning. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Royals lead it 6-1. Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. We send it down to Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, Royals manager Mike Matheny talked with me in between innings about his lineup's offensive production. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said their ability to get on the attack and chase the opposing starter from the game prior to the 4th inning obviously sets them up nicely for the rest of the game. Now, he just hopes they can keep that same focus at the plate in the middle and late frames, Matt.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And with it brings the left-handed swinging Andrew Benintendi. First pitch on the way. Lifted the other way out to left center. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. So the next at bat will be Jorge Soler. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at bat.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
The 1-0 home. 6 runs, just 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. Up and in. Big danger now. It's 3-0. Hunter Dozier will be next. Now the 3-0 offering.
Yeah, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in the game, when guys get count leverage and take fastballs. It's a game of fastballs. You calibrate everything off the heater. Surprising take right there.
Comes with the fastball, but it's outside for ball 4.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
So a runner at first with 1 out now, and that'll bring up Hunter Dozier. Has a look, now the pitch. A ball and no strikes. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Astudillo is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Next, here is Salvador Perez. Flew out last time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
The set and the 1-0 pitch.
Nope. Inside, ball 2.
And that's in there, 2-1. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. Soler, the runner at first with 2 gone. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Fouled away. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Royals leave 1. They hold on to their 6-1 lead. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Twins to discuss his thoughts on Minnesota's lineup so far. And he was pretty blunt in saying they're just not having very good at-bats. They've only managed 1 base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
The second baseman.
New inning set to get underway, and that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, Jorge Polanco. First offering on its way. The windup and the 0-1. This is pulled into right. Soler is there to put it away for out number 1.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Now to bat, Kyle Garlick. First pitch on its way. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Garlick starts the day as the second leading vote getter among left fielders in All-Star balloting, so we may see him in the Midsummer Classic this year.
Yeah, and he's been having an excellent season to date, making a push towards that All-Star game. Hey, fans, get out there and vote. This guy sits in second place, but I'm sure he'd like to be named starter.
High in the air down the right field line.
I know that's the spot he didn't want to miss in, but he got away with it.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Stepping in now, Ryan Jeffers. As he'll take a look at ball 1. Struck out in his first at-bat. Now the 1-0. Hard hit ball to second. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Down go the Twins in order. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. So stepping in is Adalberto Mondesi. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. First delivery to him. Some movement now in the Minnesota bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Not where you want the changeup, but he gets away with it for a strike. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Now the 2-1 pitch.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Fouled off. He'll try it again, 3-2. And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at bat.
Beautiful backdoor slider for the punch out right there, guys. When it's tight like this one was, it looks like a fastball off the plate, then darts back at the corner at the last second. Locked him up completely with that one.
Into the box, Carlos Santana. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. It was a walk in his last trip. The 1-0 home is an off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
3-0 now. Whit Merrifield is on deck. Here it is, the 3-0. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted.
The batter, number 15. Second baseman.
So 2 are gone now in the Royal 5th. And Whit Merrifield will dig in at the plate. Pitch on the way.
Count 1-0.
2 out, nobody on. That evens it up, 1-1.
When the guy on the mound has complete command of his off speed, especially his changeup, sometimes as a hitter you just have to give up pull side to stay on it.
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Good pitch there on 0-2. Breaking ball out of the zone away. Might set up another breaking ball to see if he'll chase this one a little bit farther off the plate.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Left fielder giving chase. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Royals go down 1-2-3. They lead it 6-1. Number 54 will take the ball now as the new pitcher.
Number 54.
Top half of the 6th about to get started, and digging in is the rookie designated hitter, Alex Kirilloff. He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
Boy, you don't see that very often out of a rookie. That's a 2-0 count, and both of those pitches were really close. This guy has a pretty good eye.
Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1. Into the windup and the pitch. Shoots this one over to first. Gloved by Santana, and he'll step on first himself for the out. So next to hit is Williams Astudillo. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Here's the first pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. And it's fouled away.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Gotta find a way to keep his hands back.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Boy, he sped him up in this at-bat. Now it's time for the changeup. This guy's got a good one, and he hasn't thrown it yet in this at-bat.
The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away, so now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
What I like about that strikeout, guys, is that he came back with a fastball on 2-2. He was heading to count 0-2 earlier, but instead of continuing to nibble a little bit, he decided to get aggressive again and to challenge with his hard stuff.
Josh Donaldson digging in now as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. A 1-1 count now to Donaldson.
Everything this guy throws moves, and that two-seamer has a mind of its own.
2-1 now to the Twins leadoff man.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Count even at 2-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. Twins are set down 1-2-3. They trail 6-1. Luke Farrell enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th. Stepping up is Michael Taylor. He'll get it started in the Kansas City 6th.
The center fielder, Michael A. Taylor.
He's set. Here it comes as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. One and 1 the count now. Farrell, an Ohio native. He's a 5-year vet at the major league level. The 1-1 is offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 2.
Step out of the box and wash that one off, because that was an ugly swing.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Boy, that's the best pitch in baseball right there with 2 strikes. That elevated fastball. Every hitter thinks that, hey, they can do something with that, but most of the time you get the result that you saw right there. A big swing and a miss and another strikeout.
In now, Hanser Alberto. And he fouls this one off. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. Now the 1-1 pitch. And here's a ball in the air now, carrying a bit out toward right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi. From the stretch, here's the pitch. As he'll take a look at his strike on the outside corner, it's 0-1.
Put that in a memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
Behind 0-2 now. And he'll just waste one there, 1-2.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning is over. KC down in order. They hold on to their 6-1 lead.
It ain't no surprise. A full moon sits in the sky.
7th inning ready to roll, and standing in is the veteran outfielder Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz.
First offering. And they start him out with a slider. Good spot, but he doesn't get the call. 1-0.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Talk about certain guys in the lineup that you want to be really careful with. This guy right here is one of those, and you can tell he's pitching awfully cautiously.
Two balls and a strike.
That swing had one purpose, and that was to put the ball over the wall. I guess he doesn't have much to lose with his team down this many at this point in the game.
On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
This offense has just been flailing at the plate all game long, so it's no wonder why they've only been able to pick up one hit so far. I'm not seeing much of a game plan from these hitters.
2-2. Pulled the string on him. Strike 3 swinging. Perez corrals it. The throw to first is in time. 1 down.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you bounce it in the dirt and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
In now is Andrelton Simmons. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. And that's going to land foul. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And this is high, a ball and a strike. 1 out, nobody on. Two balls and a strike to count to Andrelton Simmons. Hit hard on the ground towards second. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. Throw will not be in time at first. A good effort that time, but not enough to prevent them from getting a 1-out base runner.
The first baseman, Miguel.
So the big bat of Miguel Sano digs in next, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. No hits to this point. Here comes the 1-0. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike. Simmons, base runner at first with 1 out. Popped up. Santana in foul ground. 2 gone.
The batter.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Jorge Polanco. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, Matty, but as he walks to the plate right here, he feels good building off that last AB. He hit that ball on the screws.
As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. A runner on first with 2 away. Right side. Santana's got it. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1 left for Minnesota. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. Now at the plate, Jorge Soler. He'll be the man to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th.
Jorge Soler.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold. 0-2.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Next, it'll be Hunter Dozier. He flew out in his last debut. From the stretch. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. And there's ball 1. Oh, and a half swing there on a pitch out of the zone. Indeed, it's strike 2. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Here it comes. Hit hard back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Standing in now, Salvador Perez, as he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Swung on and belted to left by Perez. This one's deep. Is back to the track as he takes it for out number 2. Now at the plate, here is Adalberto Mondesi. Struck out in his last trip to the plate.
You know, Matty, tough to go down looking right there, especially in a long at-bat. I kind of tip my hat to the fact that he didn't go into uber swing mode. He battled. He just got locked up. Look for him to have another quality AB. I think he's seeing the ball pretty darn big right now.
Changeup stays outside and he's behind 2-0.
He's gone back-to-back with off-speed stuff to start this AB, and neither has found the zone. He's trying to pitch him backwards, but that only works if you can get them for strikes. Now he'll probably have to challenge him.
High in the air out to center field. Astudillo able to track it down for the third out. One left for Kansas City. They lead it 6-1. Greg Holland has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the eighth. Ready to begin the eighth, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Kyle Garlick.
Kyle Garlick.
Now the pitch. On to the eighth here as a slider is taken to begin the at-bat. It's ball one. Sent on the ground out to second. Merrifield scoops it up. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. And now Ryan Jeffers. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. First offering on its way. The Royals get some action in the bullpen going now as a left-hander starts to throw. One 1-0 pitch on the way. Just missing here, 2-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now. Popped foul, and it looks like that's going to make it into the VIP seats. Here now the 2-2. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
3-2 pitch. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Looking up is Taylor. This one clears the party porch just shy of the fountains. They don't hit him out there. That's a long home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center. His first home run of the season. As the lead is cut to 4, it's 6-2 now.
Dan, you see the guy out on the mound. He's pitching with bad body language right there. There's blood in the water for a lot of these hitters.
You know, D-Row, you have to make up your mind when you run out there. You're going to do one of two things. You're going to be the hunter or the huntee. And right now, they're hunting this guy.
That brings up Alex Kirilloff. And there's a swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch to start him out. 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
Dan, he took that right back at his face right there. Exactly what you're trying to do. Middle cut, though. Are you a little concerned?
Yeah, that's a case of a ball being right down the middle. As a pitcher, you want to work the corners and stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there with a solid base hit.
Into the box now, Williams Astudillo. Turned on, but that's ripped foul down the third baseline. 0 for 2 for him to this point. On the ground is short. This could be two. Mondesi picks it up. There's Merrifield. Throw to Santana, the double play, and that's how the side is retired. But not before the Twins get one, and it comes on this solo home run. Home half of the eighth coming up. It's the Royals 6 and the Twins 2. Hansel Robles will come on in relief here and appear in game number 25 on the year so far. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring in one of the best on-base percentage players in the game, Carlos Santana. First pitch coming, here it is. As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one. The 1-0. Popped him up. Donaldson is under it. 1 out. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Whit Merrifield. Flew out last time up. He's set and the pitch. Runs up and gets this one down. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
The center fielder, number 2, Michael A. Taylor.
First things first, here's a throw over. And a dive, but he's back in. So now to the plate, Michael Taylor. Unable to find the zone with the slider. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The 1-0 home.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
Merrifield, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Fastball is looked at for strike 2. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out. A strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. Runners on the move for second. In there, now the throw. Way late, and he's in there easily at second. Now the 1-1 pitch. 1-2 now. Fouled away.
Can we be honest here? That was a terrible pitch. That was right over the heart of the plate. 2 strikes on the guy. He is lucky he's getting this pitch back.
Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. Thursday Night Baseball rolls on. We'll have more after this. All set to start the ninth in this one. And here's Donaldson. First pitch of the AB now. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. This is foul right side. Here now the 2-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Up next for Minnesota, the right fielder, Nelson Cruz.
Now into the box, Nelson Cruz. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Well, late in the game like this, calls that don't go your way can really throw you off when you're on the mound, but you just can't let it happen. His composure is getting a little test right here.
One out, nobody on. A ball and a strike.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there. Going right after one of the better hitters on this team. Not afraid to execute.
The 1-1 home. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Back goes Taylor. Gone! A solo home run from Nelson Cruz. Number 11 for him on the season. And with that, it's now a 6-3 ball game.
Wow, a homer for all the old men in the world. Who says this is a young man's game anyway? He just uncorks on this thing. And I think he's glad it's a homer because that way he doesn't have to sprint all the way around the bases. He could take all the time in the world. Good for him.
Switzer answers the call from dugout as he'll try to record the final 2 outs of this one. At the plate, Andrelton Simmons. A ball and no strikes. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Too high as he misses again here, and it's 3-0 now. Miguel Sano is on deck. There's a strike with the fastball as he gets back in the count at 3-1.
Stealing that strike on 3-0 was important, but you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate in this situation. I got to believe he's going to be way more aggressive right here.
The 3-1 pitch. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Well, he's a youngster. You can see he's a little nervous out there. Some people call it butterflies, but to him it probably feels like pterodactyls are flying around in his gut. Going to be interesting to see if he can settle down here.
Next to hit, Miguel Sano. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. First pitch on its way, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1.
Wow, I'm shocked the hitter took it right there. That's a well-executed pitch down in the zone to try and get that double play.
Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
Hey, you know in the back of your mind as a batter right here, he's got that nasty sinker. I know it's 0-2, but he might not be looking for the punch out. You have to find a way as a batter to get that two-seamer up in the zone, or you're going to ground into a double play.
On the ground to second base, this could be 2. To second for 1. On to first, and he rolls the double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
Holy cow, there it is. They've racked up 27 wins in a row, breaking the all-time streak set by the Giants in 1916. I'm speechless, really. Truly an historic occasion. I'm just honored to be here.
And tonight's comes to an end, 6-3 the final. The Kansas City Royals jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Brady Singer earns win number 4 on the season as he gives up only 1 hit in 5 innings of work. José Berríos permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
Final line score tonight. First for the victorious Kansas City Royals, 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. For the Twins, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. Time at the ball game, 3 hours and 17 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.